Love the Eagles as much as we do? Then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama, updates, and hype all season long. In the ever-evolving landscape of the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles have once again become the focus of intense speculation and analysis, with the future of Micah Parsons emerging as a central storyline. According to Adam Schefter, tensions between Parsons and the Cowboys have reached a point where a potential parting seems increasingly plausible, though nothing is set in stone. The situation is far from straightforward, with intricate layers of negotiation, contract implications, and team strategy shaping every move. While Parsons is undeniably one of the most dominant defensive talents in the league, the dynamics within Dallas appear strained. Reports indicate that communication between Parsons and the leadership, including Jerry and Stephen Jones, has all but ceased. The agent representing Parsons is known for assertively advocating for the player's best interests, ensuring that any potential holdout or trade request is handled strategically to maximize both financial and professional gain. While the franchise tag remains an option for the Cowboys, it is unlikely that Parsons or his agent would allow the season to begin under that label without meaningful concessions. The comparison to other high-profile situations is inevitable. Myles Garrett's holdout with the Cleveland Browns serves as a recent example of how negotiations can evolve rapidly when a player leverages their elite status and market demand. Garrett initially requested a trade during the week of the Super Bowl, creating uncertainty for the Browns. However, by the time the NFL Combine occurred, conversations had shifted, and the Browns ultimately structured the largest contract ever awarded to a defensive player at the time, preserving their roster while satisfying Garrett's demands. While Garrett's case resolved without a team change, Parsons' situation could follow a different trajectory. Unlike the Browns, who consistently prioritize retaining Garrett, it seems the Cowboys' leadership may not be as inclined to bend if Parsons maintains his stance. The stakes are high because Parsons' financial security beyond 2025 remains uncertain. If the Cowboys refuse to negotiate a long-term deal, he could enter the open market, where teams with the cap space and ambition to contend, like the Eagles, might pursue him aggressively. This dynamic adds a dramatic layer to the NFC East rivalry, particularly because the Eagles and Cowboys will meet multiple times during the season, potentially turning on-field matchups into highly charged confrontations shaped as much by player contracts and team tensions as by strategy and skill. Amid these contractual complexities, attention also turns to rookie players who are beginning to make their mark, like Jayad Campbell, whose performance in preseason games has drawn attention for both its technical execution and potential future impact. In the second preseason game against the Cleveland Browns, Campbell recorded a critical sack on quarterback Dylan Gabriel, demonstrating both his pass-rushing ability and his awareness in high-pressure situations. Analysts have noted his agility and timing, highlighting the fact that he is adjusting quickly to the speed and complexity of the NFL, a crucial factor for rookies making the transition from college-level play. In addition to Campbell's development, other roster changes have caught the eye of fans and insiders alike. John Mechie, now practicing with the Eagles for the first time, has generated discussion through both his on-field movements and the underlying story of his journey to full participation. Mechie's rehabilitation from injury and subsequent integration into practice sessions exemplify the often unseen resilience and preparation required to succeed at the professional level. His ability to adapt to new schemes and demonstrate reliable performance under scrutiny during practice is critical, not only for his own career trajectory, but also for the team's offensive cohesion. The Eagles' coaching staff has been meticulous in evaluating each player's physical readiness, mental acuity, and strategic fit within a broader game plan. Every drill, every snap, every route run is assessed for both immediate contribution and long-term potential. This comprehensive approach underscores how NFL teams operate not merely as collections of talented athletes, but as finely tuned organizations where alignment between player ability, tactical vision, and contract management determines both short-term results and long-term sustainability. Returning to Parsons, the strategic implications of his potential departure, or retention under new contractual terms extend beyond Dallas. Teams across the league closely monitor such developments, weighing the impact on competitive balance, defensive schematics, and salary cap flexibility. For the Cowboys, the calculus is particularly delicate. Retaining Parsons under current conditions might maintain defensive dominance, but risks prolonging internal discord. Conversely, facilitating a trade or adjusting contractual terms could preserve locker room harmony and financial stability, but might also alter the team's defensive identity significantly. The broader NFL landscape watches closely because elite defensive players like Parsons influence game outcomes not only through their direct contributions, sacks, tackles, pressures, but also through the strategic adjustments they force upon opposing offenses. Quarterbacks must readjust timing. Offensive coordinators must reconsider blocking schemes, and even team psychology shifts as opponents recognize the presence or absence of a disruptive talent on the field. In parallel with these high-profile contractual narratives, rookies like Campbell and Mechie symbolize the perpetual cycle of talent infusion that defines professional football. Their successes and setbacks offer a glimpse into the future trajectory of the teams involved, illustrating how player development and opportunity intersect with team strategy and organizational philosophy. Observers of the game increasingly recognize that the NFL is as much about managing relationships, expectations, and potential as it is about executing plays on the gridiron. In this context, the unfolding story of Parsons, combined with the emerging contributions of new talent, paints a vivid picture of a league in constant motion. Decisions made off the field regarding contracts, practice integration, and player management ripple across the season, influencing match outcomes, playoff prospects, and even the long-term identity of franchises. As preseason games progress, every sack, every route, and every practice rep contributes to a larger narrative, one in which elite talent negotiates its value, rookies carve out their place, and teams navigate the delicate balance between immediate competitiveness and sustainable growth. In summary, the NFL landscape at this moment is characterized by uncertainty, opportunity, and high stakes. Micah Parsons' potential separation from the Cowboys exemplifies the complex interplay of player leverage, contractual negotiation, and team strategy. Simultaneously, the performance of rookies like Jayad. The Eagles, for instance, are particularly attentive to developments in Dallas. While their roster includes multiple defensive standouts, the addition of a player like Parsons would dramatically enhance their pass rush capabilities, alter coverage schemes, and create matchup advantages that reverberate throughout the NFC East. Their scouting team continuously evaluates not only talent, but also temperament, team fit, and long-term durability, ensuring that any acquisition aligns with both current strategic objectives and future sustainability. In parallel, the emergence of players like John Mechie highlights the symbiotic relationship between recovery, conditioning, and performance potential. Mechie's rehabilitation from injury has required meticulous attention to both physical therapy and cognitive acclimation, allowing him to regain confidence in his body while adapting to the heightened speed and complexity of professional defensive schemes. Observers note that his ability to adjust routes, maintain separation, and anticipate defensive coverage reflects a deep integration of physical readiness and mental preparation. Beyond individual players, these developments illuminate broader patterns within the league. Franchises increasingly invest in holistic player evaluation, blending metrics, psychological assessment, and predictive modeling to optimize both performance and roster stability. Teams recognize that elite talent cannot be evaluated solely through highlight reels. Situational awareness, adaptability, and resilience under pressure are equally essential. This analytical approach influences draft strategy, free agency acquisitions, and long-term contract negotiations, creating an ecosystem in which each decision carries profound implications for competitive balance. Returning to the Cowboys, the potential resolution of the Parsons situation remains a focal point for both fans and analysts. Should Parsons remain with the team, it will signal a willingness to prioritize elite talent retention, potentially at the cost of internal harmony or cap flexibility. Conversely, a trade or extended holdout may prompt a recalibration of defensive philosophy, emphasizing depth, rotational effectiveness, and the development of emerging players like Campbell to compensate for the absence of a game-changing presence. In either scenario, the franchise faces critical decision points that extend far beyond a single season. Strategic foresight, negotiation acumen, and talent management converge to shape the trajectory of the organization in ways that casual observers may overlook. The broader NFL ecosystem reflects similar dynamics. Across the league, every movement, whether a blockbuster trade, a contract extension, or a rookie breakthrough, reverberates through scheduling, divisional matchups, and playoff projections. Analysts increasingly rely on complex models that integrate player performance metrics, injury history, and financial constraints to predict both immediate outcomes and long-term competitive trends. Within this analytical framework, the stories of Parsons, Campbell, and Mechie provide concrete examples of how individual circumstances intersect with systemic dynamics to create a constantly shifting landscape. Their experiences illustrate the duality inherent in professional football. The sport demands both individual excellence and collective coordination, while the underlying business of contracts, negotiations, and strategic planning shapes what is possible on the field. As preseason games continue, every play, snap, and practice rep contributes to this larger narrative. Coaches scrutinize not only performance, but also attitude, adaptability, and resilience, recognizing that the ability to thrive under pressure is as crucial as technical skill. Players, meanwhile, navigate the delicate balance between personal ambition and team objectives, understanding that each decision can influence career trajectory, market value, and legacy. The complexity extends to roster management, where depth charts, cap space, and positional needs must be reconciled with long-term strategy. Maintaining equilibrium between immediate competitiveness and sustainable growth requires nuanced judgment and careful prioritization, particularly when elite talent like Parsons holds the potential to reshape defensive identity, alter divisional dynamics, and influence playoff projections. In summary, the NFL's current landscape embodies a convergence of opportunity, risk, and strategic foresight. Micah Parsons' contractual situation exemplifies the high-stakes nature of elite talent management, while emerging players like Jayad Campbell and John Mechie highlight the continuous cycle of talent development and integration that underpins franchise stability. Across the league, every organizational decision, from coaching adjustments to free agent acquisitions, interacts with a complex network of performance metrics, contractual obligations, and strategic imperatives, creating a dynamic ecosystem in which success is determined by both execution on the field and acumen off it. As training camps progress and preseason contests unfold, the narrative remains fluid, with each development contributing to a broader understanding of the league's competitive architecture. Observers recognize that while star players capture headlines, the sustained success of any franchise depends on a delicate balance of talent evaluation, player development, strategic negotiation, and organizational coherence. The stories of Parsons, Campbell, and Mechie encapsulate this interplay, offering insight into the mechanisms by which individual performance, team strategy, and contractual negotiation converge to define outcomes, shape reputations, and influence the evolution of professional football at the highest level. Every pass rushed, every route executed, and every negotiation conducted is part of an intricate tapestry in which the past, present, and future are inextricably linked, underscoring the profound complexity and strategic richness of the NFL. The meticulous observation of player performance, the anticipation of opponent adjustments, and the integration of emerging talent with established leadership exemplify the ongoing process by which teams seek to optimize both short-term results and long-term resilience. Within this framework, even a single player's status, such as Parsons, has the capacity to influence broader league dynamics, altering game plans, divisional hierarchies, and competitive balance across multiple seasons. Consequently, the convergence of player negotiation, skill development, and and strategic foresight defines the essence of professional football today, demonstrating that the game is as much about vision, preparation, and adaptability as it is about athletic prowess and individual brilliance. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers have begun circulating across the sports media landscape after Joe Buck, the renowned broadcaster, reportedly made disparaging remarks about the Philadelphia Eagles. The comments, which emerged during a recent broadcast, have ignited a flurry of speculation among fans and analysts alike. Insiders suggest that Buck's criticisms were aimed at the team's recent performance and its perceived inconsistencies, with some interpreting his tone as particularly dismissive. The remark has fueled heated discussions on social media platforms, where die-hard Eagles fans have expressed outrage, insisting that Buck's commentary was unfair and biased. Analysts, on the other hand, see the statement as part of Buck's long-standing approach of offering unfiltered opinions, though some caution that such remarks can carry real consequences for a broadcaster's reputation, especially when addressing a passionate fan base like that of Philadelphia. The rumor mills suggest that this incident may even influence future assignments for Buck, as networks monitor audience reactions closely and consider the potential backlash from controversial statements. Speculative insiders claim that several members of the Eagles organization are aware of the remarks and may respond publicly, but no official statement has yet been made. Meanwhile, social media has erupted with memes, hot takes, and fan reactions, amplifying the situation far beyond its original context. The controversy has injected fresh energy into ongoing debates about sports commentary and the fine line between critique and offense, with many viewers now tuning in to see how the situation develops and whether Buck will address the matter directly in future broadcasts or interviews. Sources close to the Eagles suggest that players and coaching staff are quietly aware of the chatter surrounding Joe Buck's comments and have been observing public reactions closely. While no formal response has been issued, the rumor mill indicates that internal discussions may be underway regarding how to manage potential media fallout. According to insiders, Buck's remarks were not a direct attack on individual players, but rather a commentary on the overall team strategy and execution. Yet fans have interpreted the tone as sharply critical, creating a tense atmosphere online. Analysts speculate that Buck's position as a leading voice in sports broadcasting could magnify the impact of his statements, making what might otherwise be considered a casual critique into a full-blown media event. The Eagles fan base, known for its intensity and loyalty, has reportedly mobilized on social platforms, sharing clips, commentary, and counter-arguments to defend the team's reputation. Meanwhile, media outlets are buzzing with speculation about whether Buck's future broadcasts might be affected by audience sentiment and corporate considerations. Industry insiders point out that high-profile broadcasters often face scrutiny when commenting on passionate fan bases, suggesting that Buck's commentary may be both a reflection of his personal style and a calculated risk. The rumor mill continues to churn with predictions about possible apologies, interviews, or social media statements, as pundits weigh the potential fallout and try to forecast the next move in this evolving narrative. Fans remain divided, some embracing Buck's candid approach as part of sports culture, while others view it as an unnecessary provocation that highlights the ongoing tension between media figures and devoted fan communities. The intrigue surrounding this incident shows no signs of fading, and each day brings fresh speculation about how the saga will unfold and whether it will influence perceptions of both the broadcaster and the team itself. The backlash and speculation surrounding Joe Buck's alleged remarks about the Philadelphia Eagles have extended beyond traditional sports commentary into broader conversations about media influence and fan loyalty. Sources hint that several sports radio shows and podcasts are dedicating segments exclusively to dissecting Buck's comments, with analysts debating whether they represent a fair critique or an overstep. The discussion has highlighted the delicate balance broadcasters must maintain when offering opinions about high-profile teams, particularly those with passionate and reactive fan bases like the Eagles. Observers suggest that Buck's remarks, though brief, have sparked an extended wave of discourse about accountability, journalistic freedom, and the responsibilities of public figures in sports media. Fans reportedly monitor every appearance by Buck, scrutinizing each word for possible hidden meanings or further critiques, fueling speculation about ongoing tensions between media personalities and sports organizations. Social media trends indicate a significant spike in posts related to the incident, with hashtags circulating widely and drawing attention from users who normally might not follow sport commentary closely. Industry insiders speculate that the sustained attention could affect Buck's relationships with network executives and sponsors, especially if the controversy is perceived as damaging to the brand or alienating to viewers. While no official responses have been confirmed, rumors of behind-the-scenes conversations between Buck and league representatives persist, suggesting that the incident may have longer-term implications for broadcast dynamics. Fans continue to debate whether the remarks were a reflection of honest critique or a subtle jab intended to provoke discussion, with each side presenting detailed arguments to support their positions. In the midst of this speculative storm, the conversation has taken on a life of its own, generating endless commentary, memes, and analysis that feeds back into the rumor cycle, creating a self-perpetuating media spectacle that few predicted when the original comments were made on air. Amid the swirling rumors, sources claim that the Philadelphia Eagles locker room has been quietly buzzing with speculation about Joe Buck's criticism, with players and staff reportedly sharing their reactions in private circles. Although no formal statement has emerged from the team, insiders suggest that the internal conversation may involve evaluating the impact of Buck's comments on player morale and public perception. Analysts argue that even subtle remarks from a high-profile broadcaster can have a tangible influence on fan sentiment and the broader narrative surrounding a team, making the incident noteworthy in both media and sports circles. According to those following the story closely, social media has amplified the perceived slight, with fan communities dissecting every word of Buck's broadcast for evidence of bias or intent. The discussion has led to broader debates about media responsibility, with some commentators asserting that Buck's style is emblematic of a larger trend in sports broadcasting, where candid opinions often blur the line between critique and provocation. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.